your story is flawed. You're writing your first draft, and it's easy to forget that as you're doing that, nothing is set in stone. As much as I hate that cliche, that's the only thing my brain is going to come up with right now. I feel very discouraged after yesterday's writing. I got it done, but most of it was flashbacks that I don't know if I even want to keep. And that makes you feel like you're wasting your time. The farther you get into writing your book, the easier it is to start to see the weak points in your story and the things that you have not developed well up to this point, and the things that you know you want to go back and fix later, and you're trying to mark these things so you don't forget, and you're trying to focus on moving forward, but you're very distracted by the things that you don't like. At least that's how I feel. You are not writing a perfect story. You don't write a perfect story, ever. You write a first draft, and then you go back and you try to organize that draft, and then you fix typos, you fix grammar things, and then you start looking at the plot, and you fix the holes, if there are any. You fix inconsistencies. Are plot holes and inconsistencies the same thing? They're not. Okay, good. You get to go back and tweak. I hate that word, but that's what you do. You go back and you tweak your story and fix the little things that are bugging you and whatever else. I think too many people try to write a perfect novel the first time, and that stops them. I can completely see, being just over the 30,000 word mark, why many people will stop, like right here. Because I'm looking at my story and I'm like, I don't like this part. I think I wrote this other part terribly. I don't know where this fits in. I want to do this better, but I didn't the first time. It makes you like want to just start all over and do it all differently, because you're not confident, because you know you're writing a rough draft, you know a lot of what you're writing is garbage. I get it. Like, part of me would love to just stop. Like, I've gotten pretty far. Like, would the world end if I just gave up now? Maybe the 30,000 word slump does exist. It's just all lack of confidence in everything that you're doing and everything that you've done up to this point, and doubt that you can go any further and it actually be worth your time. Is there something called a creative depression? Because that's how I feel right now. Like, I honestly feel like everything that I have done for the past 13 days, I hate it all. And I don't want to even think about it anymore. I'm not confident about it. I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to do day 14 or 15 or 25 or 30. You really feel like you're writing something so terrible that it has no redeeming qualities and you shouldn't even bother continuing. Is this how like everyone feels? Is this why so many people just can't do it? I'm so sorry. I feel like I've felt this way before, but I like forgot that sometimes you just feel bad about all the stuff that you're doing and all the things you're trying to create. I'm not gonna quit. I'm like way too stubborn for that, but I could. I could just stop right now. I could just not log back in, not open that document, not even think about it. Except for I would think about it because I love my story, and that's why I'm gonna continue, even though I'm not completely sure that everything that I'm writing is worth it. If you feel like you don't want to keep writing, you have two options. You can stop, either until you're feeling better about your project or forever, or you could just keep going. Writing terribly is healthy. Writing things that we think are not good is good for us. I've lost count of how many times on my blog I've said that you don't know the value of your own work. There's no way. You are always going to think it is way less than it actually is. Get it out there anyway, whether you like it or not, because you are not everyone else. You are one person. There are going to be people who don't care, don't think it's good, but there are going to be plenty of people who are going to see it and they're going to be like, this is amazing. I'm so glad you did this. Hold out for those people, I guess. Yes, it's just NaNoWriMo. It's just a first draft. A lot of it's not going to be good, but you never know. I think the only way to make it worth it for you is to keep trying and to get as close to winning as possible. Like, I'm probably gonna hate everything that I write today, and maybe everything that I write tomorrow, and maybe everything that I write the day after that, but you know what? Who cares? I'm not writing this for me. I'm potentially writing it for an audience, and not all of them are going to hate it as much as I do. Let yourself hate what you're writing, I guess. Let yourself not feel good about it, because eventually you're gonna get to a point where you wanna try harder. Let's keep writing terrible things, because we're gonna be really glad that we didn't quit when we really wanted to quit.